In this problem, we're going to be using chain rule and product rule to differentiate x squared times e to the power of negative 5x. So if you need a refresher on these, I've got some videos on them. Okay. So if you see something times something, what rule should you consider using? If you see something times something, think product rule. So product rule, what's the formula for that? The formula for product rule is if I let this, so let's say let f of x be equal to this, g of x be equal to this, then y prime, the derivative, is equal to f prime times g plus f times g prime. Okay, so what's f prime then? What's the derivative of x squared? So I move the 2 here. Okay, so f prime is equal to 2x, and x gets raised to what power? I need to subtract 1 from this. So x gets raised to the power of 1, but anything raised to the power of 1 is just the number itself. So I won't write down the 1. Okay. So that's f prime. We might as well find g prime as well because we're going to use it in a second. What's g prime of x? So we're going to use what rule to find g prime? So we see a function inside of another function. It's inside the exponent. So if we see a function inside another function, what rule should we consider using? We should consider using chain rule. And I'll give you a second to pause the video and find g prime of x. If you need a refresher, I have a video on chain rule. The derivative of e to the power of negative 5x is negative 5 times e to the power of negative 5x. Okay, and now that we know f prime and g prime, we can plug them into this formula. Y prime is equal to f prime, so what do I change f prime to? 2x times g. What was g again? E to the power of negative 5x. So times e to the power of negative 5x. Plus how much? What's f equal to? F is equal to x squared. And how about g prime? So f times negative 5 e to the power of negative 5x. All right. Can we simplify this expression a little bit? We can. So y prime equals, all right, I'm gonna do this on another sheet. All right, so from here we got y prime. And by the way, what I do on this sheet, you don't have to write down. I'm just doing it on here to elaborate on some things. Okay, so 2x times e to the power of negative 5x. And then it's going to be minus 5x squared times e to the power of negative 5x. I can factor out, what can I factor out here? So I'm going to factor out e to the negative 5x. Because I want to get rid of the negative exponent. You could have factored out the x, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Yeah, so to get rid of the negative exponents, where does e to the power, where does this go? This belongs in the denominator, and we got rid of the negative exponent. Okay. So this is, I'm just gonna write that down. Okay, so the reason why we never factored out x is because our whole purpose here for factoring was to get rid of the negative exponent. So factoring out x has nothing to do with it. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and write this down. So 2x minus 5x squared over e to the power of 5x. This is your answer.